Thank you, Minister. We are indeed honoured to have you here this afternoon and to officially farewell the team, and I look forward to calling you back to the stage shortly to make a special presentation to each of the Skillaroos. I would now also like to welcome to the stage the Honourable Adrian Piccoli, the New South Wales Minister of Education, to say a few words.
Thanks very much, Mark, and thank you for inviting me to be part of this afternoon's farewell. I do hope you can get away, given what's happening or not happening at Sydney Airport. I think it's very important that you get away. Simon, you can make a call, can't you? You know some people in government, don't you? And the union movement, perhaps? No, look, I also want to take this opportunity to acknowledge Simon Crean for being here this afternoon, Pam Christie, Gabrielle, and all of the people that are involved with the Skillaroos. 28 fantastic Australians, I think 16 from New South Wales, and as Minister Crean said, more than half from regional Australia. And being from regional Australia myself, coming from the Riverina, I'm always very pleased to see when we have a good representation of people from country New South Wales. Dubbo does seem to be somewhat overrepresented, I've got to say. Out of the, I think, 6 or 7 that are from regional New South Wales, 3 of them are from Dubbo, which I think is fantastic. Dubbo was well overrepresented at the State Training Awards the other night here in Sydney, so they're obviously doing something right in Dubbo. But I particularly want to say to those students from regional New South Wales, and that is that we want you back, and in fact we need you back. One of the difficulties in regional New South Wales is making sure that we have the skills and the people with the brains and the aptitude to take advantage of the kind of resources, whether they be agricultural, mineral or whatever, to take advantage of those assets that we've got in regional Australia. And we need you to come back, not only yourselves, but to be the inspiration to others in regional New South Wales. And the other point about the very reason why this competition is on, the Olympics of Skills, relates to why governments invest in the sporting Olympics. It's not because we particularly want individual swimmers or runners to win gold medals. It's about inspiring everybody else to participate in sport. It's about trying to inspire young people particularly to participate in sport. And I think one of the great things about this competition and this international competition, and having 28 fantastic Australians representing us, is to inspire other people so they have the understanding of the great life you can have and the great experiences and the great pleasure you can have in kind of having the kind of skills that these 28 people have. So your job is not just to go over there and kick some butt on behalf of Australia, but to be an inspiration to everybody else in this country about getting the kinds of skills that you've got clearly in abundance. And the last thing I want to say is I did have a look at the rankings, the international rankings for skills. Australia is 5th, not bad, but Ireland is 2nd. And given they beat us in the rugby union, if you come back and Ireland are ahead of Australia, Mr. Crean has put a special note on your visas not to be allowed back into Australia. So, and you're going over there with particular skills, and I hope I'm not out of line by saying this, but I'm imagining there'll be other skills tested while you're over there. So it's about representing Australia, but it's also about having a good time. So I'm sure the partying skills and other skills will also get a workout. So please go over there and do Australia proud, but go over there, have a great time, and let this be one of the great experiences of your life. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Minister. And picking up on the sporting analogy, I think Ireland peaked way too early in the Rugby World Cup, so I think we've got plenty of left in our tank, both in rugby and in the skills arena. And Minister, I'm sure that despite the Skillaroos being Australian representatives, there must be a lot of state pride with, as you said, 15 of the Skillaroos and 16 of the international experts hailing from New South Wales. World Skills Australia has enjoyed strong support from the New South Wales Government, and in particular TAFE New South Wales, since we commenced our programs in 1981, and indeed we look forward to continuing our relationship well into the future. I would now like to call Minister Crean back to the front of the stage to make a very special presentation to each of the Skillaroos. And we've also got some other very special guests here, some 2009 Skillaroos, Jessie Lee Gladwell and Daniel Karangis, who are here to assist the Minister in this presentation. The Australian national flag is Australia's foremost national symbol. It was first flown in 1901 and is paraded by our Defence Forces and displayed around the world at sporting events. The Australian flag has become an expression of Australian identity and pride. And as Australian representatives, I know each and every one of the Skillaroos will proudly carry the Australian flag in London, which will now be presented to them by Minister Crean on behalf of the Australian Government. I will now call each Skillaroo forward to receive their flag from the Minister. First off, representing the category of auto body repair, Craig Agnew. Representing automobile technology, Roman Martau. Beauty therapy, Alex Odgers. Representing bricklaying, Lester Tibbles. And representing cabinet making, Ben Cooper. In construction metalwork, Michael Ashton. Car painting, Kai Shenyak. Electrical installations, one of the Dubbo boys, Ben Hooton. Fashion technology, Raman Donovan. Floristry, Tamika Mackrell. Graphic design technology, Nicholas Sharp. Industrial control, David McPherson. IT software solutions for business, Andrew Seeley. Jewellery, Natalie Hibbins. Ladies and men's hairdressing, Alexis Scott. Landscape construction, Richard May. And his partner in crime in landscape construction, Thomas Ramsey. Representing the Manufacturing Team Challenge, Ben Hooper. Also in the Manufacturing Team Challenge, Matthew Hall. And the last but no means least member of the Manufacturing Team Challenge team, Michael Theobald. Painting and decorating, Gus Asciutto. Plumbing and heating, Philip Little. Restaurant service, Kate Crocker. Refrigeration and air conditioning, Liam Janetsky. Sheet metal technology, Russell Rutledge. Wall and floor tiling, Jake Hall. Web design, Blake Cannell. And representing the welding category, Guy Brooks. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Team Australia. Thank you, Minister. I'm sure that each and every one of the Skillaroos will cherish the Australian flag which you have just presented with them and proudly display them during their time overseas. Thank you. And before Jessie Lee and Daniel return to their seats, I'd like to ask them both to join me up here on stage. We're going to do a bit of a Parkinson moment, and maybe we can gain an insight into the journey on which the 2011 Skillaroos are about to embark. Throughout Australia's involvement in the WorldSkills international competitions, we've always enjoyed a fairly good level of success. And as you heard earlier, following our efforts in Canada in 2009, where we finished 5th in the world, many international colleagues asked me, how does Australia manage to maintain a high level of competitiveness? Apart from the fact that we have an extremely good vet system, I honestly believe that one of the things that sets us apart from other countries is the willingness of our past competitors to return to assist future teams in many different capacities. As an example, 12 of our current international experts are past Skillaroos, and many others have been involved in the training process, with all of them being on hand to offer valuable advice regarding the competition itself. 2 of the 2009 Skillaroos who have been heavily involved in the training and preparation of the 2011 Skillaroos are Jessie Lee and Daniel. So we might just have a bit of a chat down here. I'm an old bloke, so I've got to sit down every now and then, so it's more for me than anyone else.